This is one of the previously unlisted videos I made for a forum thread. While not an absolutely perfect alternator, the Bosch 140 amp unit has worked well for me. I had it paired with a smaller diameter pulley to provide more current flow at idle, which is helpful when the glow plugs of the 6.0 liter are still on. And overall, a good alternator to have with the excursions due to their rear HVAC units. The early years of the PowerStroke 6.0 has the electrical post at the top position, while the later years have it at the 3 o'clock position, looking from the front of the truck. People have been able to make the connections with the later models, but the cable position was changed so the small wires of the connector are not strained. So some people would like to change the clocking of the back plate. You don't need many tools to do this. That's relatively easy to do if you've done it before. So I'll show how I do it with this alternator. Some people prefer to remove the pulley, keep the rotor in the back case, and rotate the front shell. Sometimes I find that to be difficult. The sealed bearing dust cap could be left on. I just like to watch the bearing come out of the case. There are 3 main body bolts, so only 3 positions exist for this alternator back plate. With the back cover removed, you have access to the voltage regulator. Sometimes it's only the regulator or the brushes that come with the regulator that needs replacement. So this procedure to this point can be used to replace those. 3 screws hold the regulator in place, and the carbon brushes come off with the regulator. The holes in the brushes allow an easy way to keep the brushes retracted when it's installed. So I'll pin the brushes now. A small Allen wrench, solid wire, or a straightened paper clip works. Up in this area are the diodes. These rectify the voltage from AC to DC. You don't want to damage these. With some alternators, you can lift the stator out of the case. Other times, they are tight in the case. They do not require a lot of force to pry them out, but you don't want to damage the stator's wire while doing this. So I'm lightly prying with the screwdriver to get it out, slowly going around the diameter. Leaving the pulley on, the rotor will stay in the front case. At this point, you need to remember the orientation when it's on the motor. Some people have put the alternator back together as it was. So I temporarily place the regulator back on so I can be sure of the orientation. So this is the stock position. And this is how I want to reclock the backplate, turning the case on the table. The main post should be pointed to the single bolt mounting tab, as well as the regulator connector. I temporarily put the 3 body bolts in to alight the stator. It has locating tabs at those positions, and the bolts ensure that everything is aligned. Now I'll tap on the stator structural areas to get it back into the case. The regulator slips over the bearing. I double-check everything. Then screw down the regulator into its position. Then I pull the wire or pin that was holding the brushes back. The screws are installed. The back plate gets tapped over the bearing. And the screws are tightened. Some alternators, like this one, have an auxiliary post that gets installed back on. I forgot to show the locating tabs. And the caps. And it is ready to go on a late model Power Stroke. Thanks for watching.